How about your daily routine? How has that changed having from basically no equipment to having top of the line equipment?
It's a lot more stressless. I don't know if that's a word or term, but yeah, I hand water, so that's a thing that I still haven't figured out. But other than that, I feel like I can leave town for a couple days. I can leave town for like 2 3 days, if, especially like growing in soil. You have a 2 day in between watering most of the time, especially with like the medium I'm using. I don't have to water every single day. Now that I'm in flower, I might have to water every other day. But yeah, I feel like growing in soil and with the controller, you can hook it up to Wi-Fi. So if you go to Disneyland and you want to go to Florida to visit your family or things like that, still look at my stuff. I can still see what's going on. If you have anybody in town, you can have them go do what you see going on. You be like, oh, this is going on. Hopefully, I can just tell them to do this and it'll work. That's huge. Before I was kind of just like scrambling. I felt like I was the only one that could fix any problems. I couldn't go out of town. I couldn't like. There's no way. Like nobody knows my problems. Nobody knows what can be fixed. Like now it's kind of like I don't want to say automated because there's like the new like automated system, but it helps me control my system. I've like I've been saying this term a lot with my friend that I talk about with growing. It's like full control. No offense to like companies growing autos or anybody that grows autos, but I don't personally right now because I really like full control. Um, I want to know how many days of veg I can go for. If plant just decides to do what it wants to do, I want to know how many. Like, if right now I have 1 gallons in my tent, I want to know that I have this many 1 gallons, the bare minimum. I'm always going to put the bare minimum at developing 28. You know, at the lowest, 28 at the weight of each 1 gallon. I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna high hope. If I know how many I have, and I know how many that can develop, then with the auto, you can never really calculate or predict those things. With photo periods and having a system that is controlled, that word control becomes so much more like you can control every single thing that's going on. Even when it comes to like cutting clones, you kind of can control how many days it's going to take the roots come out. Well, a little bit of it is hope, but if you know what you're doing, you can fully control it. Wow.
Having that controller, like you mentioned, where you can basically go into an app on your phone and be able to not only see what your conditions are, but you can control the different pieces of equipment through it there as well. That's a game changer.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I felt the same way when I went to like the AC Infinity system using their app instead of kind of being blind. I spent so many years
Yeah.
without that, and it is kind of nervous leaving town because you don't even know. Like you just hope that your plants are going to be good to go. You hope that the environment conditions are going to be solid, that the lighting is going to turn on like it should and turn off like it should. So yeah, that's definitely a huge game changer.
That's another thing I forgot. Before you guys came, I was having a problem with my lighting. Like I was using like the old like spin wheel timers, and it happens. I did it wrong. I was probably high, but I winded back my timer to where somehow it was a couple more hours of light than it should be. It didn't turn off or it cut back on, and literally things were starting to re-veg. Everything had those re-veg branches. Everything, like every nut, it was wild, but I wasn't able to catch that because during those times it was out. I wasn't going to open that door. I was like, "There's no way. I don't need to go in there." Like, answer that. But now that I have the controller, I don't really have to worry about that. I will say if you are new to the controller at all and you're setting up the controller by hand, I don't think anybody should do that. You need to use the app because there's like the left and right button sometimes will change settings that you don't even notice and your lights might cut back on. And the only way to change that is in the app. I've had that happen to 2 different people I've seen on Instagram, and I personally messaged them, and they're like, "Yo, thank you. Like, this is wild. I didn't know that was the thing, but yeah."
Go to the full episode by clicking the outro card here, or click the link in the description section below. Catch you in the next video.